Former VBS Mutual Bank CEO Chifua has unexpectedly disclosed that he met in private with Marshall Dlamini, Floyd Shivambu, and Julius Malema, and he claimed they received 16.1 million rands from the bank in difficulties. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button as we go into the details. Matadzi asserts that they misrepresented this sum as a donation to the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, but in fact, they spent it on paying for pricey personal costs and buying political favors. According to Matadzi, the alleged bribe consisted of gifting Shivambu's parents a property, purchasing a restaurant in Soweto, and renovating Malema's Santon home. They also spent a lot of money on maintaining their opulent lifestyles. The agreement purportedly sought to quiet the EFF in the face of mounting criticism of VBS Mutual Bank's subpar financial handling. Malema and Shivambu received these monies, according on Matadzi's testimony, in return for not utilizing their political influence to undermine the problematic institution. These allegations have angered a lot of people, which has prompted demands for a thorough investigation into the financial interactions between prominent politicians and VBS Mutual Bank officials. Shivambu and Malema have both categorically denied any wrongdoing and described the charges as politically motivated defamation. The public is waiting on more material that could clarify the intricate network of financial misconduct and political connections at the center of this controversy. Once more, the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, leader, Mr. Julius Malema, has been appointed by the South African Parliament to the Judicial Services Commission, JSC, marking a momentous step. Malema's selection places her at the center of South Africa's constitutional democracy's judge appointment procedure. In the judiciary, the JSC is crucial. Its main responsibility is to advise the President on the nominations of the Chief Justice and Deputy Chief Justice. This role makes ensuring that people who respect justice and honesty are appointed to these important judicial posts. Given Malema's well-known political position and support for judicial changes, his presence will surely have an impact on these crucial judgments. The nomination of Mr. Malema coincides with a wider national conversation about judicial reform and independence. His appointment is anticipated to provide the JSC a unique viewpoint that aligns with the EFF's agenda of drastic economic reform and anti-corruption initiatives. His background and gregarious demeanor should add lively debates to the Commission's deliberations. Both fans and detractors of Malema are keeping a careful eye on her new post. His supporters contend that his presence will encourage accountability and openness in the court system. On the other hand, detractors worry that Malema's political agenda may taint impartiality and lead to the politicization of judicial nominations. The JSC's role includes not just providing advice on high-level judicial nominations, but also assessing judges' performance and looking into grievances. As Malema assumes this significant position, his choices and actions will be closely examined, influencing how South Africa's legal system develops in the future. This nomination highlights the critical balance between political influence and judicial independence, and highlights the changing dynamics of South African politics and their effect on the judicial system. Matadzi claims that in order to quiet opponents of Zuma's Nkandla bond, VBS paid Malema and Shivambu. This charge casts doubt on the legitimacy of the political system. The reputations of these well-known individuals might suffer significantly if this turns out to be accurate. The money was allegedly part of a secret plan to suppress criticism and steer the narrative around the Nkandla bond problem. Such actions damage public confidence in the government and transparency. VBS's involvement in these operations is especially troubling as it calls into question the organization's compliance procedures and ethical standards. The accusations made against Shivambu and Malema demonstrate how a complex web of connections and interests often defines politics. It emphasizes how crucial it is to have additional checks and balances in place to prevent dishonest behavior and power abuses. An alarming trend that the claimed payment to silence opponents reflects is the use of financial incentives to dominate public debate and protect the interests of the elite. This case serves as a grim reminder that public officials' actions need ongoing scrutiny and examination. The individuals involved can suffer legal repercussions if the allegations prove to be accurate, which would further harm their reputation and trustworthiness. The political system as a whole may be severely impacted by this scandal, not just the people involved. It raises questions about how pervasive influence peddling and corruption